What is there not to believe? I mean, it's just all over a stupid, I'm not gonna say stupid deer. It's all over a stupid situation because someone got jealous that I shot what they thought was their deer. Well, it's not your deer, it's my deer. Just gonna tell you that right now, man. Hey, what's up, guys? Yesterday I was challenged by a good friend on YouTube, Farball Fanatic. He challenged me to a little tag video that they've been doing here recently, him and several other channels. But he tagged me in his video yesterday of telling the worst and best hunting experience that I've had. And I messaged him back and I said, hey man, what if all my hunting experiences are bad? He's like, well, you've got to have one that's better than the other. So right there you'll have a best and a worst. So I thought, okay, surely I can come up with something. Well, I just so happen to have two really good stories for you. The first story I'm going to tell you is going to be my best. I'm going to save the worst for last. But first, you guys, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please go subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost anything to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell for notifications so you get every one of my videos that come up. There's some really funny ones. You guys would love them. There's crow hunting, deer hunting. The crow hunting videos are really funny. They crack me up, and I'm the one that made them. So please hit that subscribe button and smash the like button. Hit that bell for notifications, and come with me on this YouTube journey and see if we can't make a go of it. And it's gonna be fun. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun anyway. I just started getting monetized. This video, I don't know if I'll monetize it or not. We'll see. Depends on how long it is. This was November of 2008. Kristen and I have been dating for like the first year, and I was actually staying at her house in another town that night, and I was going to go hunting the next day. Well, my mom actually seen this big buck behind our house that morning, and she couldn't hunt the next morning. So I was like, hey, I'll go hunt that deer. Well, what she had told me is this weird looking buck come through, and she turned around to take a picture of it and seen this giant buck standing there, and he seen her and he took off. So I knew he was there, but it was rut. He may not have been there that next day, but I was taking my chance. So I stayed up here in the town I'm actually living in now, and so I get up late. Tell me why? I don't know. Maybe because she is my girlfriend, okay? So we head over that way. It was like hour after daylight, and we're almost there. We're on the highway, and I see him from the highway, and I didn't know he was that big. So we pull on up to the driveway, and we get out, and we start walking across the front yard, and here come 4 does. So we're sitting there waiting and waiting, and then all of a sudden, they turn around, and they all look behind them. Here comes this big old shiny rack coming up behind them through the weeds, and I didn't give him a chance. I dropped him right there in his tracks. He's a 13-pointer, 186 inches. You guys have seen him time after time. Who we got here? Hey, Sam. So, he's the big one that I've got on my wall, and he's my biggest one by far yet. I hope to get a bigger one day, but I'm not pushing it. I mean, that's a dandy for sure. Now, you guys have heard the best one. Let's move on to the worst one. The worst one happened to be the year after that. It was 2009, hunting season 2009. So it was almost 2010. I happened to be working at a deer farm then. I went with the owner of the deer farm around the perimeter of the fence, just checking the fence and seeing how things are going. And as we're coming back around the fence, we noticed a buck in the timber, and it's on the outside of the fence, and he let me get out and go in after him. So I started in after him. I'm probably 30 yards off the road. Perfectly legal, people. Okay, and I shoot this buck. I end up shooting him twice. And I shot him on a piece of ground that I have permission to hunt on. So after I get him shot, we're in there on the landowner's four-wheeler, getting him out of there. So these guys come up the road, and they're looking. Okay, they stop. I don't know what they said. I can't remember. Then they go on. Then another guy come up the road that hunts around that area. He's looking, tells me, hey, great job, that's a nice buck. Goes on, okay? Like a few days later, I hear what's going on. I hear there's things going around about me poaching and shooting this deer off the road, okay? So I'm not the person to sit back and wait to be called on by the game warden or by somebody that turned me in. So you better believe it. I heard who did it. I called them. I called them right up. And I said, hey, man, what's going on with you? What's the problem? So he says, hey, man, I've been watching that deer on my land down there where I hunt all summer long, and I didn't turn you in. I wouldn't do that. That's BS. I know dang good and well who did it. I know 3 of the people who did it, and they tell me that they didn't do it. But it was the 3 people that I seen come up that road that day. I know better than that. They sent a letter in to the game warden with their signatures on it and tried to get me in trouble for that deer. Well, I called the game warden. You better believe it. I called the game warden on my way home one day, and I said, hey, man, I heard what's going on. I did not do anything wrong. I was perfectly legal. And he said, hey, I know what you're talking about. He said, he says, I'll look at this and I'll decide whether or not I think you did anything illegal or not, and if so, I'll holler back at you. Didn't hear anything from him. So I was out of the water on that one. I was perfectly legal. That right there just goes to show you how irritated people can get when you shoot a deer that they've been watching. I get it. I totally get it. I wouldn't get mad. I would be down in the dumps, and honestly, I'd probably be depressed a little bit and sad, because if it's a big buck, I would love to have had it. But I'd have said, hey, great job, you know. You did an awesome job. That's a buck of a lifetime. Well, you know, it's a 157-inch deer. There's several of them out there. Go find you another one. I mean, all the deer that I have on my wall, I guarantee you people think I poach. Well, guess again. I don't poach. I do my homework. I run cameras. I feed the deer during the summertime to get pictures. And then I stop feeding, you know, 2 weeks before rifle season or before bow season even gets here, so it's perfectly legal. So basically what happened after that, I was on my way home one day and I was running 69, which is 9 mile an hour over, and I get pulled over by a highway patrolman, and he says, hey, well, actually, he pulled me over, and he said that I was running 9 mile an hour over, and I knew who he was. I played some basketball with him, and he said, really the main reason I pulled you over is, he said, not only was you speeding a little bit, but I wanted to ask you about that deer. So I told him about that deer, and, you know, he believed me. I mean, what is there not to believe? I mean, it's just all over a stupid, I'm not going to say stupid deer. It's all over a stupid situation because someone got jealous that I shot what they thought was their deer. Well, it's not your deer, it's my deer. Just going to tell you that right now, man. My deer. So then when he gets done talking to me about this deer, he says, oh, by the way, your plates are expired. He said, you may want to get that fixed. That's a $90 ticket. So I said, all right, I'll get that fixed tomorrow. So long story short, I went and got those plates renewed. That way I didn't get pulled over anymore. Which, you know, now that I think about it, I think my plates are 2 months overdue now. They were overdue in November, so I might want to go get that fixed before any highway patrol or any cops see this video. So that is my best and my worst hunting experiences that I can think of. I mean, getting turned in for a deer, whose story, you know, that's definitely the worst story. Why would it not be? So I've got a lot of bad hunting experiences, and I've got a lot of good hunting experiences, and my wife just so happened to be with me when I shot that big buck. So that was one of the best things about it. You know, that was one of our very first things that we got together, and it's going to be around forever. I mean, forever. So now it is my turn to choose 2 channels that I want to tag in this little best and worst hunting video challenge. And the first person I'm going to challenge is going to be Passion for Hunting and Fishing. I don't know, man, if you have already been tagged in this or not, but I'm tagging you. He's awesome, guys. He is a really good friend on YouTube. He does live stream like every single night. He will, you know, ever since he's known me, he's told everybody, hey guys, go look at Daddy's Life channel. He's got some great videos on there, and he's a deer hunter, elk hunter, all those things. Second channel I'm going to challenge is my wife, Mommy's Life. guys go check her out. She's got some stinking drop on the floor, roll around, hilarious videos, and you guys will love every one of them. She is hilarious. I'm going to have her tell her best and worst hunting experience, and we'll see which one she chooses and if I'm in them or not. I can think of one where she poked the crap sack on one of them and it splattered all over her face, and she ran out of her clothes heading to the shower. So we'll see if that ends up being one of them. So, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. This is going to be an awesome run on YouTube. I can already see the future, guys. So, please come along with me. Be my friend. I'll be your friend. We'll chat here and there. Heck, I may end up asking you to come hunt with me sometime, guys. Just make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that bell. Until then, guys, we'll see you on the next video.